What's going on, guys? Hand off here. And before we even get into the top 10 meta wrap up for this season 2, I need to tell you something. Something most players haven't figured it out yet, but once you do, you will realize you have been ranking the hard way this whole time. Let me introduce you to the rank exploit hidden in the plain sights, and that's playing strategist. Let me explain. In Marvel Rivals, your rank or the SR points you gain per rank match you win aren't just based on your wins or lose. They're based on your performance, and that has been done since the season 2. And the game decides how well you played by tracking these 5 stats: damage dealt, damage block, healing done, kills, and assist. Now, think about this. A duelist like Iron Fist can hit at most 2 or 3 of these stats, and a tank like Thing might hit 3 or 4 of this. But a strategist like Loki, Luna Snow, or Mantis, they touch every single stat, and they do it passively. Even if you are not hard carrying the game thinks that you carried the entire match all by yourself. Why? Because you're racking up those assists, popping up healing and dealing chip damage, and also enabling the eliminations. And here is the kicker. The game counts kills as any time or any damage you contribute for someone dying in the enemy team. You don't need the final blow, and if you help, you get the credit. That means you get a credit for a kill and also for an assist as you were healing them passively and they killed the enemy teammate and you contributed to that kill. No jokes. Healers are farming MVPs left and right. And what does MVP mean at this position in Season 2? More SR when you win and less SR lost when you are defeated, which means a higher consistency in climbing ranks, and that can be provided to you when you are playing a strategist hero. So if you're wondering how that Loki keeps outspacing your Widow and or why Luna is on top 500 when she never leaves the spawn, it's this. The system is skewed towards strategist and now you know how to abuse it. This season you don't just pick based on the raw power, you pick based on what the game rewards. And that means the support farming stats like machine is something you should pick. And if you're serious about climbing, playing smarter, ranking faster than your friends, lock a healer. Abuse this mechanism and ride the SR train while it lasts. Now, with that in mind, let's dive into 10 heroes which I think are absolutely shaping the season 2's meta. We are starting strong with Mr. Fantastic this season. He got everything he needed to be relevant in season 2, I guess. More health, more damage, and now has a faster cooldown, which is a maniac thing he could ever get. Cause these skills give him the inflated state he can ever go. But the most important is how his gameplay feels now. It's more better and fluent now, as you no longer are feeling stuck to get inflated. You can generate pressure or the points you need to get inflated since the moment you leave the spawn. Your punches combos are slow and your stretch gives you survivability, which is more viable, and your ultimate also got a bonus health regardless of your form. Which means you are inflated, you still get the shield, you are not inflated, you still get the shield in your ultimate form. He is still not a pure tank or a pure duelist, which people are still biased about to use him, but which makes him more flexible. We played in a team comp wherein you miss a tank, or maybe you're just playing a duelist comp wherein you are having two tanks already based in the game. But that's what makes him special. He is a Brucey, that means he has a messy tempo and a survivability which he got with these new updates makes him a maniac when played with right team comps. Especially when played with the Fantastic Four team ups, he gets insane amount of advantages as a DPS cause when played with Thing he can get a damage reduction shield and also a team up shield with So Strong, which makes him invincible and a massive unit that can live, never die in a team fight and get back safely with his semi-inflated form in which you can't die no matter how much damage they deal to you. And in rank, the destructiveness he gives is the most huge value you can get, as now he has been enabled to disrupt the dive units and dives are having a hard time this season. And speaking of dive units, we just got a perfect unit. Actually, he is made perfect unit to keep the dive sustainable in the season 2. Iron Feast. Iron Feast is just a unfair character this season. Meditation decay got nerfed, which means the health or the over health you get is going to stay for a longer time. Kick cooldown is shorter, and if you know how deadly this thing is, you are going to mess with this a lot, cause this kick can kill anyone instantly who is below 50 HP, and it deals a massive amount of damage based on how much health is left on the hero's HP you are fighting against. Flurry does max HP damage now. The flurry damage was already doing insane amount of damage to the tanks, and that was the reason he was called a semi or a mini Wolverine. Deals more damage based on the max HP that particular hero you are fighting had, and which is now increased a lot. His damage per second is wild, but what makes him broken is the self-healing sustainable loop. When you get into fight, you kick people, you deal damage, you disrupt them, you kill or you don't, you get back to another safe area, and then you press your E to get yourself healed instantly for a massive amount of health, and also overhealing you, which now stays for a longer time. You dash in, you trade, you heal, and you disengage again and repeat that entire loop again and again. You become a perfect dive and a perfect mosquito for the enemy team. With his new buff, it is more satisfying now to delete someone like Groot in low elos in seconds and then providing or pivoting to wipe out the strategist in the back cause there is no one to defend them now, which makes him a perfect solo carry material. And if you master the rhythm and the cooldown flow, you basically are untouchable and immortal in every fight you could fight. Psylocke is your solo carry survival. She got a major win this season with her new Emma Frost team up, a clone that mimics the damage and the movement you do is something insane they could ever add up to this character. This let her stack up burst on top of burst damage, and when played right, she literally erases enemy support before even they can blink. She is slippery now as her skills were still a bit more stealthy are now, cause she has a clone which is replicating her, and now you have to think which one you have to hit as an enemy obviously. Independent and scary flanking unit is what makes her more flank heavy this season. And if you're tired of relying on your teammates to get a decent control, you can just go Psylocke and kill the team or the team's support, and then you can put the pressure on the entire team, enemy team obviously, to overtake the area. A bonus tip, her ultimate is not flashy but it has a high uptime as it has a lower cooldown, which makes it a perfect consistent pressure providing utility. You can overtake any control with this utility or just kill their support again with this utility cause it is hard to escape from this ultimate. And just 2 strike and you will leave no support alive on the field except for the tanks who are still fighting, but they will be getting erased sooner when you swap to your team up ability and you have another version of you hitting the same tank and doing critical damage and they are not being healed, so they will die instantly. That was a huge yap about Psylocke, but she is really powerful this season and you had to pick her. If you find someone who is dealing a massive amount of damage, staying in the background on the enemy team, and someone like Moon Knight I am speaking about, in that scenario you can just go Psylocke and instantly delete them with your clone ability. And doing that will make you win a lot of fight cause these background damage dealing units are what taking control of that area which is your team trying to contest. If frontline meta is annoying you, Hawkeye is the best answer you could ever get for that. Faster draw speed he got as a bonus in the season 2, which also gives him less movement speed penalty when he is moving while charging up his bow is a significant improvement in his mobility. The increased damage on his E is something significant buff he could ever get in this game and in this season. He is the perfect counter to tank lineups and tight packet comps, and with Emma and Magneto dominating the Vanguard scene, you see plenty of slow moving target to exploit. Plus, Hawkeye never relies on team synergy. Same as Psylocke, he plays his game, gets picked, and does the job. Cause you can only expect a healer to heal you in this scenario, But if you start to rely on the health pack or just cap a point where you can get health pack consistently, then you don't even need her. He is also a hard counter to annoying support like Mantis or Loki by deleting them from across the map before they can even start healing. Cause Loki's clones are a bit painful to deal with and you can just instantly delete them by with a single headshot, and also same goes for his totems. These healing totems take a lot of firepower to delete every one of these, and when placed rightly there are 3 healing totems in total, and if not broken, the area can't be contested by your team anytime soon until the totems are down completely. In that scenario too, Hawkeye is the best character you could play for, and if he deals a massive amount of damage on your team, you could be a easy winning team this match. Now let's talk about the most powerful support this season, because if your support is Mantis and you're a support main, this is your moment to shine in season 2. Her new orb stacking ability is absolutely crack. 2x healing orbs, which is 16 seconds of regenerative healing, or 2x damage boosting stacking. Literally team flipping fights can be achieved with this amazing boost she can provide to any duelist. For example, take someone like Widow or Hawkeye getting 2x damage boost to their basic primary fires, which are already dealing massive amount of damage. And if she gives this buff to someone like a flank unit who is Wanda, as this damage dealing orb can stay for 16 seconds, they can efficiently flank in these 16 seconds to deal a massive amount of damage. Her skill ceiling is higher now, but if you manage to do the cooldowns right, you will feel like a team wind battery with steroids, as you will be boosting not just one but an entire team when you are landing a decent amount of headshot, cause your leaves are almost always full. Also, in a world where healing equals SR equals MVP equals the rank consistent climbing, Mantis starts feeling more viable, as her healing is more consistent and the chip damage she deals is more massive. Cause with her critical damage, you can take down any support or any 1v1s to a fair fight, even with duelist. Rocket has been the punchline for long enough. This season he got a huge rework that gave him a targeted burst healing, which deals a massive amount of healing if you do it right, and a team saving ultimate that gives 400 HP all team wide, which is massive cause his ult is now a bit offensive ult, and with more consistency he feels more viable to be played in any team comp. He no longer relies on gimmicks, he is viable in almost every comp, and with a group fight being a bit standard this season, Rocket shines when team damage starts flying up to the ceiling. Pop up the ult to give everyone that instant survivability along with massive damage bonus, and you will see why he is one of the most rewarding support to play. Finally, Rocket gets some respect in games now, as he can't be killed instantly by any dive DPS. Next up is Invisible Woman. Invisible Woman got a slight nerf to her shield, but she still is the queen strategist. She can heal from range, she can shield the duelist, she can knock back enemies trying to dive their entire team, which saves a lot, and disrupt a dive unit mostly every time. If you are looking for a strategist that blends survivability, disruption, and support, she is it. Her ult still swings team fat, and her stealth option, which makes her more sustainable and punishable if played smart. Sue might be invisible, but her impact is anything but more viable in any team fight, and the more you get your ult, the more better you feel in the game, cause your team is more safe and they can deal a massive amount of damage cause they know they are getting healed right. Penny is quietly dominating the low rank this season. She got less movement penalty when firing, 100 extra HP, making her a bit more tankier this season, and also a better crit scaling on her primary attack. This means she is tankier, hits harder, and can trap zone like no one else. In gold and below, Penny's survivability and self-healing cause of her nest she places is ridiculously hard to punish. She plays slow, she plays safe, and still outputs a great damage from an anchor angle. So don't sleep on her, especially if you are solo queuing in lower ranks. She is your get out ticket from those low ranks. Groot is the one tank who didn't need any help, which means he didn't got nerfs either, and that's a buff in itself. His walls still trap well, his ultimate is one of the best AoE lockdown to counter any ultimate, especially in case of Penny, which I just addressed, and his passive healing cause of his iron wall he places when goes unattended is totally unmatched. You will see him in high elos, mid elos, and even in scrims because he fits in every comp and keeps the whole team alive cause of his walls. He can block a massive amount of incoming damage. Also, the team up with Rocket is more elite now, as one of the buff Rocket got is one tick healing on his healing orb, which will surely pass through Groot cause Rocket will be sitting on his shoulder. If you want a tank that brings durability, pressure and peel, Groot got it. And he is insanely powerful in any hero you could ever play, so just pick him if you are trying to fill in a tank role. Closing it out with Spider-Man, the poster child of chaos. And with Winter Soldier, Loki's Domain and Adam Warlock all nerfed, his biggest counter are gone. He is fast, more slippery and more lethal than ever this season. Pair him with Penny or Rocket, you got an unstoppable diver who deletes squishies and escape before anyone even reacts. And yet we were not even speaking about the best part he could ever get, a Venom team up. With a Venom team up, he can delete any flying unit, and we all know that how annoying is play against a Spider-Man along with a Venom and you are playing a flying unit. That case, no one can survive. And now with most powerful support being nerfed to a HP, which is 250 now, and I'm speaking about Mantis, now also can be deleted instantly. Same goes for someone like Luna Snow, who is the most picked and most powerful strategist now in the game cause of her ult. Also, he gets banned a lot in Gold Plus now cause Gold has a banning system being introduced in Season 2. So if he is open, take him or ban him, just don't let the enemy team use him against you. Spider-Man is still the guy that can carry you throughout the low elo rank, and I had seen him playing a lot more better this season with his movement speed buffs, which were secret and were never added to the patch note, but they are in the game right now and you can abuse them. That's your meta shaking top 10. And the rank system exploit that fuels the rise of support heroes this season is something you should have known. Let me know in the comment who are you climbing with this season, who heroes or which heroes you are surprised about this patch, and who do you think is still flying under the radar. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned. I've got the tier list, role specific guides and patch breakdowns coming your way all season long. Thank you for watching, and as always, peace out.